welcome to my channel. Well, first off, I'd like to say thank you to an anonymous donor who sent me a case Stockman, a large case Stockman. This one to be exact. The Crimson Bone Peach Seed Jig Large Stockman 6375. About 10 months ago, I bought this same knife, and I did a review on it. So I'm not going to do a review on the knife itself. This is going to kind of be a rambly video, I can already tell. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to talk about the knife community and how generous some people can be. I mean, to me, no matter what it is, when people send stuff to me, unsolicited, I don't ask for people to send me stuff, but people do. It's just overwhelming, And I kind of want to duplicate that feeling with my giveaways. When I give away a knife, because that feeling you get when someone just says, well, on a giveaway you have to, enter the luck of the draw and stuff, but still you have the opportunity, the chance to receive a knife, and no strings attached and stuff. And that's what I think makes this a very positive and strong community. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be branching off on a lot of different stuff, but I just wanted to express my appreciation to everyone who contributes to the channel in any way. I mean, just by watching this video, you're helping my channel grow, and it's growing. I mean, it's not like super stellar fast growth or anything, but I'm happy with whatever growth I get in the channel as far as subscribers and views and likes and comments. I mean, that to me is what makes doing this stuff worthwhile. Now, I look back at the amount of videos. I think I've got 1,200 labeled, over like 1,261, I think is what this video is going to be. But some of them are not labeled. And here's a sidebar. YouTube has been trying to compete and attract the TikTok crowd. That's the 1 minute attention span people. Now, it helps a lot of times to be efficient. If you can condense everything that you need to say or do into 1 minute, then that can be helpful sometimes, But I disagree with that, the whole logic behind that. There's this one channel, I think his name was Be Ready or something like that, or some kind of reactions. It was a reaction video, and he was saying that he'll put up a video and he'll normally have like 88,000 views or something, over a short time period. And with YouTube Shorts and stuff, this is just his thought. I don't know about this, but he said that now his traffic is down to like 6,000 because and his audience used to be 34 years old and older, and now it's the younger crowd, 18 or 16 to 24 or something like that. And they cater to the short attention span stuff, and they're basically not pushing the videos for him. Now for some people they're like, all right, well, what's he worried about? Well, some people make a living off their views, They're getting an income off this and everything, and they're putting work into their channel. That's not my purpose behind this. I'm just saying that it all depends on what's going on in the background. And I don't mind doing shorts for stuff like the cats playing around, or stuff like that. I haven't done it on a lot of knives and stuff. Yeah, you could do it, but a lot of times I want to talk more about it. I don't want to just do it in 60 seconds or less, you know? And no matter what the incentive is or style, I'm going to do both basically. I'm going to do shorts, but they're not necessarily going to be about knives or anything. And then I'm going to do my regular content. And I figure, fine, you know, I don't mind the younger generation. I used to be young myself at one time, you know. Um, I don't have anything against anybody's age, you know, religion, gender, sex, or sexual preference, or politics, or any of that. You know, all I want to talk about mostly is knives and the weird stuff I do, you know, maybe dinosaurs and stuff like that. But um, yeah, I disagree with that uh, short attention span videos. You know, if you look at most of my videos in analytics, this is what can throw a lot of people off when they go into the YouTube analytics and start looking at stuff, because it can kind of force you to, if you want more attention and more draw or whatever. Let's say here's this little chart here. You'll notice a little spike, like a bell curve or something like that. And if you concentrate, here's what the majority like and want and everything. If you concentrate in that area right there, why, your channel's going to grow. You're going to get more views. You're going to get blah, blah, blah. What about this other stuff on the other side? You know, a lot of scientific discoveries and stuff is not right here in the bell curve. It's something that people weren't expecting off on the side. And yeah, to me, this is kind of like the mass mentality type of stuff. You know, cater to whatever gets the most views or most thing. And the reason behind it is it's all driven by ads. The more views a channel gets and the more stuff, the more ads they can run. The more ads get reaction to it, and people buy stuff. You know, and so it's all profit driven instead of content. It should be, to me, it should be like, what's the quality of the content you're putting out, as opposed to how flashy it is. Or, and again, I have nothing against people that are very artistic and put out good content. You know, like Advanced Knife Bro and Cedric and Ada. You know, that's sort of like some of the knife filmmakers. You know, the content they do. But for a lot of the other channels that are just starting off, you don't have a lot of knives necessarily, you know, but you've got this passion. That's all you need. To me, that's all you need, is that you like knives, you know, no matter what type they are, where they come from. Yeah, we can disagree, you know, about a lot of different stuff, but what it comes down to is, what do you like? You know, you don't have to like the same thing as everybody else. If people say, I never touch a knife that has steel like that, that's just butter steel, fine. You buy what you want. There are a lot of people that like easy to sharpen knives that are stainless. Not necessarily a super steel or whatever, but I grew up without super steels. Another one I was thinking about, and this was that kind of branched off, is like, it depends on when you're growing up. Like this one guy, he was saying, you know, the people who are like 34 years old or older tend to like longer content form. They can follow abstract, you know, concepts and stuff like this, and they're not necessarily ADHD. You know, like everything has just got to happen right fast. My brain acts like that, but I try to calm it down and control it. And if it gets too weird, I'll make a video, you know, and I'll have dinosaurs and stuff in it. But the thing I'm trying to get to is, to me, if what unites us as a community, as a knife community, basically, is our enjoyment of knives, no matter, no matter what the quality of the knife or whatever. I like this. I like this knife so much. I mean, the switchblade comb so much because it used to be advertised. Like when switchblades became illegal, they were like, "Oh, you can get one of these," and they're cool. I mean, because they're not super expensive and everything. It just shows you. All right, you want to know what the difference between quality and everything is? Get one of these, and then get one of these. Both of these may have been made in China. There's a big difference. You may spend the exact amount, for the two, but the thing is, to me, it's the quality of the materials versus the price. All right. So if the price is really low, I'm not going to expect everything to be super well. That's what surprised me so much about Rough Rider knives, was that they were inexpensive but well made for the price. Oh yeah, you'll get gaps and stuff like that. So what? Look, the knife opens. It locks in place. It closes, and it cuts, and it looks good. That's all I need. Now, if you need more, you need a fancy name, you need the knife to be over a certain amount of money, then you probably are not going to be too satisfied watching my channel, because I don't like to have a lot of super expensive knives. I mean, I like knives that are well made. Let's put it that way. And some knives that are being made nowadays by major manufacturers are not well made, and they're charging a lot for them, hundreds of dollars sometimes. It's just flashy or whatever, Again, I have nothing against expensive knives. It's just that I can't afford them, and I don't really desire them. Like everybody's like, my dream is to have a Chris Reeves or whatever. Fine. That's not my dream. If I had the money, I wouldn't necessarily. I would probably buy one if I could afford it, just to see what everybody else is raving about. But I would have a limit. To me, there's a limit. We all I used to have a limit. It was like, I wouldn't pay that much for a pocket knife. No way. And now it's like, hell yeah, I'd pay that much for a pocket knife. I'd pay even more. Yeah, I guess your thought process changes or evolves, fluctuates, in the knife world. Like, I never thought that I'd be into traditional knives as much as I am. I thought I was going to be into the flippers, the latest one. The latest one they come out with. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. What's wrong with the one that you had before? Nothing, but this is the latest one. Look at it. It's got super duper steel. This one had super steel. The other one's got super duper steel. All right, fine. If you like doing that, fine. Like I said, I'm not criticizing anybody. Whatever you've got in your collection, whatever you like, that's fine with me. Mine, like I said, has evolved, but my content on my videos, I'm not going to appeal to a certain time. Like if I look at analytics and says, this is the time most people watch your videos, so this is the time you should post your videos. What about the insomniacs or the people that are overseas that are on a different time zone? What about that, huh? Maybe the reason why that they're so low is they're a low percentage of your viewing population, and they don't get much on the scale down there. But they're just as important to me as the rest of them. So you can take your analytics, and you know what to do with them. I don't mind looking at them once in a while, but for the most part, it's not going to structure my content. Let's put it that way. I'm not in it for the money. To me, the other thing the guy was talking about, it might have been not have been him. I watched so many videos of so many different stuff on YouTube. Lately, it has not been a lot of knife content, but I'm like one of them was the combination of AI and quantum computers, and how the Big Bang Theory is wrong. They're seeing things that shouldn't be out there. If you had to, things older than the Big Bang. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world lately. I mean, we just went through a partial eclipse. Used to be primitive man freaked out about that. They thought a dragon was eating the sun, and only if we sacrificed people, to it, would we have the sun come back, And the people that knew about, the priests and stuff that knew about lunar cycles and everything, figured, this is a good time to put on a show. And we evolved enough that we understand that it was just a shadow of the moon going between the sun and the earth. That's what caused it. Not some dragon or whatever. We see the moon, at least 12 hours or 10 hours if the phase is right. So the thing I'm getting into, I guess, I told you it was going to be rambling, is I'm not one that follows the crowd, that always has to have the latest thing or does the latest thing. And if that appeals to you, then great, If it doesn't, then, I don't know what to say. You're going to click off. You probably haven't even made it this far. You made it through the first minute of the video and you say, hey, this ain't about me. That's too much to follow. I don't know what goes on with our brain process, really. I'm sorry. I mean, I like shorts and stuff. I've never liked TikTok. I've never downloaded it. I've never liked trying to condense things down to a certain minute, like 5-minute knife review or 1-minute knife review, or keeping it down. It takes me a long time to upload this, and they throttle me back because all my data goes on the cell phone. So I should limit my content, but I don't do that on rambly ones, and a lot of times I do that on reviews. I mean, I try to go through a process where I, show the basic specifications and weights, but you can get that anywhere. The main thing I wouldn't want to talk about is things that I like, about having a knife, things I find useful, things I find different, just like this case right here. These may be the two same. I thought I had it all figured out. All right. So if you don't know about the case numbering system, every 10 years, they change this main font right in here. And they add dots or stars or whatever. They put 10 in the beginning. And then for every year that happens, after that, so 1 would be a 9 dot. 2001 would be a 9 dot. 2002 would be an 8, and so on. And they keep removing them. Well, I thought they just did 5 on the bottom and 5 on the top and just started pulling one off. But no, they changed the size of the dots. This is within the same year. I mean, the same decade. The dots are smaller on this one. I guess because there's more of them. But there's only 4 on the bottom. So when I was doing my members chat, I was telling them that this was a 9 dot or 8 dot, which is it's a 7. And that this one was a 9 dot or 8 dot. I don't remember. I get so confused. There it is, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7. Another thing I do a lot of times just to exercise my mind is I try to get into weird concepts, like that, or scientific ones like mathematics. I was doing, just to refresh, powers of operations of mathematical equations, like order of operation, not powers of, orders of operations. And it's good when you get the answers right, when you figure it out. But a lot of times you think you know the answer, but you don't. And we have calculators nowadays. So we just calculate the crap out of stuff, but we don't think. And a lot of times we can think, and it's important to think. I think it's important to have longer than a 1 minute attention span. You might learn something. What are you going to learn in 1 minute? Yeah, you might learn something in 1 minute. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to rant against people that have a short attention span, but I feel safe because this is already 20 minutes in this video, so they've long gone. They'll just hear about it later from their friends. What friends? Well, the friends that didn't have a short attention span. What happens if you populate the whole world with people that want their everything done just quickly, and they don't interact with people anymore? Social media is not that. It's not social at all. People don't even interact the same way they used to. It's self-checkout. You don't even talk to a cashier, or you order online. You get the food delivered to your door or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. It was weird. I told you it was going to be a long and rambly one, not necessarily about knives, but there we go. There's the difference between two exact same case knives. Mainly, you can just see the difference in die pattern. This one I've been carrying around and using. Now, I will say on this particular one, the main blade was fine. The only minor drawback on this knife was it had a burr going from about here all the way up to here that was significant. I mean, you could feel it. It even had fibers from, I guess, their cleaning cloth on it. So, and the same thing with this one. It also had a burr. Still does on this side. I took a crock stick and I knocked it off, basically, because it's annoying to me. I know it may cut down its value or whatever if it's going to be ever sold or something like that, but I'm never going to sell this. Anyway, there's a tale of two case knives and my weirdness and what happens with me. So thank you for making it this far, and have a good day.